I think it's very unlikely that the case is going to go to trial uh, for this reason. He's already pleaded guilty to federal charge of stalking, which carries a penalty of life imprisonment. It doesn't seem to me that the Manhattan District Attorney could do any better. The only thing they could do is lose. And I think the case has to kind of settle.
Federal people and the state people charging him with crimes. Another big aspect that the attorneys will try to do today.
That'll be next. Small concept.
Mangione has become a hero to millions of Americans. There's an organization that raised over millions of dollars in his defense. And so that's one of the reasons why I was surprised that he threw the towel in federal court and pleaded guilty. I would have felt that the longer he remains as a criminal defendant, the longer the litigation takes, months, years, whatever, he remains in the spotlight as one of the chief antagonists against the American health care system, which cheats so many people, according to what we know about in terms of the people who follow him. So that's one of the main reasons I was so surprised that he ended that prosecution. There's one common element in stalking and in murder, and that's the intent to kill. You needed the intent to kill murder, but stalking requires not just an intent to kill. It can be intent to injure, it could be intent to harass, it could be intent to intimidate. So it's not just intent to murder. And of course, I mean, stalking doesn't require a death. New York does. So it seems to me that the charges, stalking and murder, are very, very different. It seems to me that the elements in stalking and the elements of murder are very, very distinguishable. So I would say, to me, it's highly unlikely that Judge Caro is going to agree that prosecuting Mangione in New York State violates New York's double jeopardy law.
Baron, could you stop over at the mic for a moment, please? Just for a moment to explain what you said about the difference between the state and the federal charges.
We're going to respectfully decline to make any comment at this time.
I would say that the motion to dismiss is very, very likely going to be denied. I don't see any legitimate, valid basis for Judge Caro granting the motion to dismiss. There is, as I say, no claim of double jeopardy that I think would be upheld. There's no due process claim that could be upheld. I can't think of any basis upon which their motion to dismiss the New York State charges would be upheld. Look at the risk. Mangione has already pleaded guilty to something that the Manhattan DA's office is going to try a case about. And look at the risk. If Ragg loses the case, if a jury hangs or quits, my, that would not look very good on his resume. That would not look very good for the Manhattan DA's office to try a case that looks like it's not an appropriate case to try. It's over, really, effectively, in terms of Mangione's admission and guilty plea in the federal court. It doesn't make any sense. It seems like it would be showmanship, grandstanding, maybe. The answer to the question, why are you doing this, to Mr. Bragg, I'm not sure what he would be able to say. Had Mangione not pleaded guilty in federal court, of course you prosecute him in Manhattan. Of course you bring him to trial. Of course you do everything you can to convict him of murder. But that plea on Friday in federal court changes the ball game completely. And so the DA can't seem to get anything out of it, except maybe the recognition that he prosecuted and convicted Mangione of murder.